Start recording. Kiki, we got the
Say hello to my mom over there, Mike, miss.
Say
hello to my mom over there.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, mom.
There you go.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, I'm just getting everything in order, family. Okay.
So we about to get started, Coach. You ain't got to do nothing but just sit there.
Okay, let me ask a question. Quick.
Go ahead.
It says the host has asked you to start your video. Should I start my video?
So those are the messages that I was sending you earlier. The video is already started, so now you can just ignore the messages.
Don't ignore the messages. You don't have to
So
worry about it.
Ignore it.
Sit back and relax, huh?
Yeah, sit back, kick your feet up.
Okay.
Well, Coach, you look good. You look like you're 28, man.
Hey, man, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I might get out and run around the block. You tell me that.
Hey, we go ahead and run it with the
Yeah, go ahead and run it, Kiki. We can get rolling.
Okay. All right, let's get it. Here we go. Have a good start.
All right.
You have a great show, Deb.
Yes, sir. You know what time it is.
Man.
Yes, sir. You know what time it is.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, worldwide. What is happening? What's going on? Welcome back. If this is your first time, we are in the new second season of I'm from the Zoo. I am your host, Mike Michigan, with my co-host,
DUBB.
DUBB fam. Where are you from?
I'm from the Zoo, baby.
Come on, I'm from the Zoo, man. Every single day we are making history. I am Black History. Yo, that show that we just had with Miss Wooden was terrific. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, we had a nice show, Miss Wooden. Class act.
Yes, class act, man. Thank you so much, Miss Vicky, for being on the show, Coach Vicky. We appreciate that. And speaking of coaches, and speaking of people that doing things right for us in our life, DUBB, I know you got to be super happy today, man. Talk about what we are doing today, brother.
Oh, we talking to the original renegade.
Oh.
Don't need no introduction.
Come on.
26 home runs, baseball. He can do it all around.
Come on.
Can do everything.
Come on.
Bench press. Call the plays. Blank no.
What?
You can just do it all, man. Great. I'm talking about my coach, Antonio Suhuba-Baruti. Thanks for coming to the show, Coach.
Right here on I'm from the Zoo. Come on in, Coach.
Well,
yeah, man. We got Coach Baruti in here.
Rudy,
it's good to hear from him. 30 years since we played, but it is what it is. But this is one of the best coaches that ever coached the game. Coach. And we have one of the biggest explosive offenses in Kalamazoo Central history. We averaged almost 25, 30 points a game in high school that we played.
Into it right. Coach, we want to welcome you. Thank you so much for being a guest here on I'm from the Zoo. We'd like to thank you so much. You look great, Coach.
I'm honored that you would do something like this for me, because for me, I'm always just giving as much as I can and trying to live a great life.
Well, it's clearly right there on your face. I mean, like we had earlier today, Coach, we had my first grade teacher, Miss Vicky.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we have Miss Vicky Wooden on, and she taught at Greenwood. And you coached here at Kalamazoo Central and B-Dub. You know, everybody loves you, and you were his coach for being a quarterback. But before we want to get there, we want to know more about you, Coach. Where are you from, Coach, originally?
Originally from Michigan.
Okay, I heard that you Baldwin.
Yeah, Baldwin, where I spent most of my teaching and coaching years before I
Okay,
went to Kalamazoo.
okay, okay.
Okay.
So in Baldwin, like, did you know any of the Hills?
Oh yes, most of them. Yeah, because if they either played for me or I taught them.
All right. And I know that the Baldwin had a lot of people from that came and migrated to Kalamazoo because I knew TJ Hill and the Hill family. Are the Hawkins from there?
The Hawkins, I don't think the Hawkins are from there.
No, you know what it is? Dr. Wilson at Western Michigan University always used to talk about Baldwin, and that was where there was the first black Beverly Hills and resorts and things like that.
Exactly. We got there just after that.
Can you speak on that when you were younger about that, how that was?
Well, we lived in Muskegon, and we used to travel there for entertainment because there was no other place to go. And because we had to roller skate outdoors in an open area, but that was exclusive for minorities or black people at the time. Yes, so that's where we went.
So you said you went there for entertainment. Can you remember some of the people that you went to see in Baldwin at that time?
Oh wow, it's been a while now. So I tell people I look good, look okay, and I feel great, but I'm 80 years old. And so a lot of stuff has gone past me.
Right, no worries. You look terrific. I was like, hey, that's a testament to ourselves and taking well care of yourself and your mind, your body, and your soul. And we're just excited to have you here for that factual part that you are from Baldwin. And Dr. Wilson used to teach us all the time about that was the Dr. Nathan Hale used to go there. That was a place where Black people had came from the top of the line all over to Baldwin to entertain themselves, to have resorts, to have the lake and the vacation things.
Yes, and all that is true, and I'm a recipient of that stuff because it was great that we had opportunity to do that. But the thing is, when we did that, everybody got along.
Yes.
Everybody got along. And it was just awesome.
Now, how did that? Now, Dub was talking to me about. I was a baseball player, and I didn't know that you was a great baseball player. Talk about your first starting in sports, and how, or in your what school you went to, and how you get involved in sports, Coach?
Wow. Okay, I was in high school. I was a middleweight boxing champion, Golden Gloves in Michigan.
Right.
And I don't like violence, but my friend kept calling me a sissy, so I joined them. And I was the only one I was the only one in the group to win the state championship.
Oh man, what a
And
story!
so,
Be real.
and that was I was living in Muskegon at the time, but I got my start really from Baldwin because that's where all the happenings were, and I jumped from there to Kalamazoo.
Okay.
Mm.
And while I was in Kalamazoo,
yes, I'm sorry.
the greatest thing that happened to me was to coach at Kalamazoo Central.
Okay.
And all the students there, the thing that they say about me is they knew I was fair. Or black or white, I was fair. And that's where B-Dub come in because he was the best quarterback, I thought, in the state. And he was second place to somebody that was not that good.
We want to.
And I was criticized a lot because I said, this is not fair.
Now I don't want to stop that flow because we talk about that all the time. When we came up with the creation of I'm from the Zoo, we were bringing up some of the greatest sports players of all time. And I'm going to stop there because this was so important that you broke that mold. And how did you get that job at Kalamazoo Central? And yes, you were fair to B-Dub. And how did all that transfer? We're gonna go right to the beginning of that and lead to B-Dub and everything and all that.
Wow. Okay. I was I took Baldwin to the first time in the history of Baldwin to the playoffs. And so I saw that a position in Muskegon Heights had opened up, so I applied for it. And I got the job. I mean, the Kalamazoo, excuse me. I got the job based on my credentials, so I guess I was the best candidate. But when I got there, when I first walked on the field, this big bruiser looked at me and it politely said, excuse me, don't start none, won't be none. And that was, we call him Big Eddie. And right away, I knew what the concern was, that was I for real. And he turned out to be one of my best players because of that. And got a chance to use him a lot. But his best friend was DUBB. And so we just hit it off because they knew, I felt, that I was for real. I was a real person and not just going down to a job. And it just spread around because, you know, everybody just realized that I was the kind of person that people are more important to me than stuff.
Right.
And so that's where I have lived. And
Yeah,
I've had so many good things happen to me because I believe in people more than stuff.
Right.
Now, go ahead, Deb. I'm sorry.
So Coach, another thing I wanted to comply on is the things that I had to go through and the things that I had to go through with them telling you that I should be playing quarterback there and you went to bat for me. That's something that I probably I'll never forget that you went to bat for me, and it changed how I live in my life now today because of some of the things that you taught me. But you stood up for bat for me when a lot of people wouldn't, and I ended up doing very well for myself my senior year, and because of you, I kind of, you know, it made me look at Kalamazoo Central a little bit different, but it seems like they wanted to blackmail. They didn't want me to really play at the school. They didn't want me to play quarterback at the school until you told them it wasn't nobody there better than me. So I just wanted to get into what made you stick by my side and everything.
Yeah, what was the politics behind some of that?
Okay, like I said, I thought I was a pretty fair guy. And listen, we had a football game against one of our rivals in Benton Harbor. And we were down with less than a minute to go. And DUBB drove the ball all the way down the field, and we won on a field goal. And if that doesn't verify what I felt, nothing will. I mean, he just put on a show and showed the people what he could do, and he did it. And with that, I had no choice but to play the best in the right position. But I was not afraid to do it. And I ran into some problems because of that, but
well, you know what, Coach? Like, okay, see, I ran track for Lloyd Norris. I used to play for Lloyd Norris at the same time that you were coaching. But unfortunately, football season, I was the one that broke his leg. I'm Michael McClendon. I'm the one that broke his leg, the running back. So I would always be watching home Central games. I never missed nobody's game. You feel what I mean?
Right.
Nobody's game. And so I'm gonna keep it real. I remember Todd Lyle was the quarterback. And at that time, I remember the politics were like, you know, we could have an excellent wide receiver. You can have a dope tight end. You can have some great running backs, and everybody can play defense. But there wasn't anybody that could have the brain to play the quarterback. Of course, it couldn't have been a brother. And I remember DUBB was throwing lasers.
That's right.
He was throwing lasers, and Omar Tab was a star. I mean, correct. I have a picture. I wish I had it, Coach. I have an article, and it's an old Kalamazoo Gazette prep picture, and it's you, Amari Baraki, Eric Williams, I think, and Mitchell Abrams. But this is like a year that you had like DUBB, but you coached great players that went on to college. And one of the I really wanted to ask the story. What was behind, you know, that, and who was those? If you don't mind, you don't have to name names, but what was the concern about DUBB being the quarterback?
Okay, DUBB had an air of he was really a man.
That's true.
And so that's resented by black people at that time.
Yeah.
But the quarterback situation, the one that they felt should have started, his brother and I guess another brother had started before those people. But I didn't look at them. I looked at the best talent on the field, and there was no question that B-Dub was. I'd have to quit coaching if I didn't start B-Dub against the quarterback that was available for them. I'd have to quit coaching.
You heard that.
And,
I gotta give him shots on that.
Man.
but just because I believe in fairness,
Yeah.
and
To win, you had a successful season that you guys were reaping.
And not only that, you don't even see the companionship and the friendship that coach had with the players. I used to go over coach house and stay the night. We used to go over AC house and stay the night. We was like, he painted that picture that we was family, man. That's why we did all the time. We didn't do nothing on Friday, Saturday night. We was already together. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different type of relationship, and he cared about the kids. He didn't just he cared about kids, man. There's a lot of people that didn't. Even though when it was time for him to leave, how they mistreated him. You know what I mean? And we can get on that spec. You got plenty backstabbers. We know who them people is, but that was wrong how they handled that whole situation with you, coach.
Well, a lot of people.
I tried to overcome all of that, but there were black people who really resented me starting Brandon. I mean, but I ignored that, and I kept a positive relationship.
Fans, or was it in the coaching, or was that administrative? We keep it real here on From the Zoo.
Okay, yeah, one of them was real, absolutely. One of them was the administrator. I mean, the administrator is the one that released me from my position, and but the administrator is also the one who brought me there. But the downturn was when I chose Brandon. There's no way I couldn't look at the field if Brandon didn't start over the guy that they felt should start.
Coach, like there, and see, this is one thing that's pivotal strength and history in Kalamazoo, and we're gonna keep it real. You came from the outside with the winning perspective, just like we talked about earlier. She came from the outside with a different perspective, with a winning perspective, and came in with the facts that you were brought in there to win. And the administrative, even though they may have been minority led, they were feeling the pressure from their counterparts because you're not starting the person that looks like they should be in that part.
Right.
So you basically came and you were, like Dub says, a renegade. You broke the mold. You made that you put that pressure on that person. That job was easy because everything is easy unless that quarterback position is stopped. And I had to say that Kalamazoo Central wasn't successful until they broke that mold of favoritism. And that went for football, basketball, and track and field.
Everything.
Norwich was fortunate. Norwich is fortunate they have had Coach Duckett there for 55 years.
Yeah, the difference, yeah.
Yeah.
But I there was a lot of pressure on me, and my downfall really was when I always thought we could win, but we were down, and there was a player with European background that it's possible that I should have put him in, but I still felt that we could win without that guy, and his family put pressure on the administration to not hire me, not rehire me, because that kid, I didn't put that kid in that game. It's small, but I endured a lot of that, and a lot of times you can tell what's going on because they cheer for certain things and certain things they don't cheer for, and they let you know that way. But
Coach, how was that displayed to you, Coach? How did they do it? Did they call you in the office? Did they send you a fax letter? What did they do? They probably didn't want to see your face, probably.
Right. You can see when they walk past me, they put their head down and not say anything like that.
Well, we are the first quarter to the second quarter with Coach Baruti here, and we are getting the facts going on. So you said they had their head down, Coach, and they didn't want to deal with you. I mean, you had a winning program. You had a great winning program.
Right. But see, I had a winning program in the classroom too, because I did the Spanish and bilingual education, and I had friends still writing me from all over the world, because I just believe in right is right, and I don't mistreat anybody. And when I get done like that, like they did to me in Kalamazoo, I still persevere. I don't give up. And like right now, I volunteer to teach Spanish to seniors 50 years old and over. I do
Man,
that 3 times a week.
volunteer for that class.
So, so you know,
But to
I,
be in the
I
class, that's
I
cool.
I try to set an example for the kids how to be strong and right and fair, and that's what I try to do for them.
Dub, did you have some links? Did you have some people that was gonna come in and chime in? Maybe
Well,
you
you
could,
know what? Sometimes things just ain't happen for a reason, you know.
if you want,
And
maybe.
didn't get that response back, but it's all right. We can get Coach on another time, and maybe they get the chance to get the time with him. But I felt that it was more important for me to stop talking about it and be about it.
You know what?
And
Well,
I've been wanting to do this for a long time. It's like this man meant so much to me. I mean, I don't even know how to tell you. Like, I really didn't have no father figure in my life. You know, my dad got murdered when I was 19. So the only thing I wanted my dad to do was see me play one football game. So that never happened for me. So that killed my drive on wanting to play. I don't even know if I ever told Coach that, but I killed my drive to want to play anymore. I just played. I wanted to be in the business, but it started getting too political at that point. You know what I mean? But getting through parts of my life with this man right here, man, is unbelievable because he cared. He cared about where I went. And I used to get mail from all kind of schools, D1 schools, all them schools. And he sent my stuff out there. And if I had my grades together, I could have easily went D1. Even me and Omar and Jason, we could have just didn't have the Prop 48. They Prop 48 me, so I had to go to the junior college. And I went to Grand Rapids, and we went up there and talked to the coach, and Coach sent my film to the Grand Rapids coach. And I don't know what the coach said to Coach Baruti, but they wanted me, you know.
Yeah.
Talk about that. About recruiting and that. Let's just talk about that class that you had with Dub and Jason Beville and Omar Tab.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, what you think? What you think about What did you think about Jason Beville, Coach?
You had an eclectic group of athletes that loved you, and you had a synergy over there. That team was cranking, Coach.
Yeah, yes, it was. But all fairness, that was the way it should have been. And to not discriminate, just go with the best that I have, and that's what we did. And if they happen to be the best, and I would not have been any coach worthwhile if I had not taken advantage of what they had the ability to do.
Well, that
And
takes.
I love that. I loved every minute of it.
And we appreciate that because we were talking about that with Miss Wooden earlier. You never know what you do as an administrator, as a teacher, as a coach that is influencing somebody's life. And you would never have known that standing up for B-Dub back then to Kalamazoo, that shenanigans that we were going through during them times because of this and that and all that politics stuff. You made a young man go on and become an agent in football. And not only that, he was really responsible for TJ
Wow.
John Flowers, Jerome Harrison, moving on to the next level, influencing Greg Jennings. Then, he might not get that credit because he's a humble dude. He's not even on Facebook. So I'm just here to say thank both of you for being visionaries. Because it's your quarterback and that's your coach, and you were winners. And a whole school would rather be losers to go with the flow than to go and be visionaries. So I got to applaud you, gentlemen, right now.
Wow. Okay, that takes a person's whole lifetime to appreciate information like that. That's just awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. I won 2 contests weightlifting in Michigan. Bench press 405 pounds. But I did all that to say that you bring tears to my eyes. And I call myself a man.
You are, Coach, definitely. I mean, but you know what? B-Dub is one of my best friends. And, even though he went to Central and I went to Lloyd Norris, we've been in contact with each other forever, and the reason why we have this show is so that we can have and honor people such as yourselves. When we created this show, you were one of the first persons off this list. I don't let me pull out this green piece of paper that I'm keeping.
Wow.
Because because this is actually this is our first show, Coach, on the second season of I'm from the Zoo. So we're already to episode 13 and things like that. So we're second season. So I'm honored to have you here.
Oh.
And I wanted to know about your baseball. Talk about when you played. Where did you play?
Delaware State University.
Delaware State.
How did you go? How did you get your scholarship or go to Delaware State University, Coach?
Okay, listen. I played baseball most of my life, and I was going to Delaware State, and I looked at the team. I said, "Listen, would you help me with my tuition if I made your baseball team?" And I started. My senior year, I led the team in home runs batted in, and I missed the batting average because a guy named
played
Lacates,
after, yeah.
the guy named Lacates got one more hit than I did in the last time at bat, or I missed the batting title. I would have been a Triple Crown winner at Delaware State.
Ooh.
But I just did it, but I didn't, never thought about it.
Now, what year was that, Coach? If you don't mind me asking.
I graduated from Delaware State. Oh man, I have to look back. It's been a lot of years.
1972.
1972.
So listen, I graduated from Delaware State with honors in the National Honor Society.
Man,
Right.
The Hornets, Delaware State Hornets.
That's us. That's us. Yes.
Come on now.
And let me say this: that Delaware State taught me about my heritage, because we did stuff that I didn't even know until I was a grown person.
Wow.
And I read my first book by a Black author when I was in college. That I didn't know we could write books. And Delaware State taught me to be humble and recognize what you are, somebody.
Yes, sir. It's absolutely fabulous, Coach.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This is where it's at right here, man. This is like I'm taking it all in. Man, we go a long way. I mean, there's times when I call Coach and I was going through it, man. He never left my side. He always been there for me, man. And I got some people that have been on the team that be like, they ain't talked to him in 30 years. I was like, I don't know how you can just wait too long not to talk to my coach. That's why he was my coach. That's mine. You know what I'm saying? But this Coach Baruti was. They used to come tell him all kind of stuff, Mike, man. I was over at Norks. He can't play him today.
He already said that you was. He knew that you was a man. He knew he was dealing with. But like all football teams, most of the time your quarterback is a leader. So your leaders are on some other stuff sometimes, and they do things. They're a leader. They're adventurous. They're journeyman. They're leading the way. They're plowing that. You dig it? You're plowing that land, fam. You're calling audibles. So he had to have a trust in you, and he had to give you a little bit of Dennis Rodman leadway, if you want to call it. Man, you agree, Coach? Just a little bit.
I just want to say that this program that you're doing it tells people stuff. I hope you don't stop doing it, because, like I said, I didn't find out a lot of stuff until I was a grown person that we're responsible for. Sure. And so for you to do something like this, I think it's just awesome. Hoping to keep this up.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this: the one that used to be put an icing on the cake is Coach. You remember this? Cougar 68 Ride Z2.
Oh, that's the touchdown to beat Norris.
Yeah, that's the big Eddie Cool.
That's Eddie Cool. That's right.
Yeah, the big tight end. Gary, hey boy, that worked 90% of the time, bro.
So did. But that was the one that beat Lloyd Norris.
Say that again slowly so everybody can see that. Y'all just talked the whole code and stuff. So call the play again and watch Coach's face.
I would get in there, and then Coach would tell me to call the plays on audible if I had to. So when they used to be up in the press box, they'd be like, that ain't the play we called, because I'll call a different play on them, and they would be mad from upstairs. But Coach would have told them all. I told him to do that, so I would never get in trouble for it. But he gave me. He let me call my own plays when I needed to, and made sure that I did that. Like M1 wide was a game breaker.
Oh
When
my
Coach
goodness.
called that M1 wide,
Oh my goodness.
that's the option to Jason Beville, or I can hand it off to Eric Phillips.
Wow.
Like man,
Phillips.
or we can do the reverse counter and give it to Omar and let Omar run for 60, 80 yards.
And y'all did that. And
Oh yeah, man, we did do that, man. Even DJ, coach said, you just need to stay still. So anytime DJ stays still, he wouldn't drop nothing if he stayed still. But when he had to be moving, he couldn't really catch it.
Let's
You
go
know,
back.
rest in peace to my boy DJ Hayes. I love him to death. That's my baby. He passed away about less than a year ago. So that was one of my guys right there. But coach used to say, "You just stay still. You run your route." He's a possession receiver. Coach told him, "You're the possession receiver. You ain't nobody downfield." You know what I mean?
Hey, B-Dub, Coach, talk about some of these players that Dub is talking about, man. I'm really interested to hear your perspective of your players that you had. You had some great ones.
Okay,
Rick Ketlar.
the thing, we had some great players, but if you talk to them, I treated them all the same from the bottom to the top because I loved all those guys, and I was committed to every player on my team. But you know, you did have some stars on the team, and it's hard to pick out one special one because the guys really played hard for me, and I thought they were playing me because they respected me, and I never had a player get lazy on me and say I'm tired and nothing like that, and so they were all responsive to me, and I just, you know, the whole team, I could just good things, and but B-Dub stands out because he was the one that took the spot, the highlight spot. And so, and I stood up for him. And so he shined, but other players shined because he shined.
Real.
So it was a team thing. And I just can't, the only one I can pick out really is V-Dub because he had to overcome the most. I mean, he was criticized by people in the press box.
People in the
Yeah. Jim,
He was
tell him about it,
criticized by
Coach.
people.
We just call it hated on nowadays.
Yeah,
Criticize.
just let him finish, Mike Mitchell. Tell him they was hating on me in the press box, Coach. What?
In the press box, B-Dub ran an option where he had the option to keep the ball or to pitch it.
Yeah.
But you know what your rules are to do it. And people in the press box don't know that they're being recorded on the film. And the people in the press box said, call Brandon the name and to
I
pitch
still
it.
got it on tape, Coach.
Yeah.
He
Call
wants
Brandon
to
a
do it.
name.
There it is. Just want to talk about. Get out of bounds. Call me all kind of names.
Yeah.
And the next play, I threw a touchdown to Jason. I do a touchdown to Omar Tab the next play after you said all that. So eat your words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coach Long was tough, man. He's a hell of a track coach, man, but he was tough, man. He was tough.
Yeah, I just still can't get a brother like that was negative about Brandon. I don't know. I never liked that.
Being fair and coming from outside, and a lot of these players that had, been in the school for a couple of years, and Kalamazoo's history, we've been all in grown up through all the little peewee leagues. When you came in, I mean, it must have tested your perseverance, Coach, because you came in with these coaches that had these preconceptions of these players. How did you deal with those type of individuals? I'm talking about the people that you worked with now.
Coach Wiley, Coach Autumn, to get them out of there.
I was just telling them, no, this is the way it's going to be. Right. And I would make a decision on what I thought was right and fair. And so you're right, I did have that problem, but I never told anybody. But I would look those guys right in the face and say, no, we're not doing that. Right. And so they respected my position. But yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I had to overcome that kind of feeling to do what I did. And it was tough, but I just thought, to me, man, it's hard for me to talk about it. I've been coaching, I coached Little League football at age 16. I couldn't sign the papers to get the team, so I had an old man friend who walked around the neighborhood, sign the papers for me so I could get the team. I walked downtown to the courthouse to find the rules for coaching PB football and form my own team at 16. And all my life, I have been teaching stuff that I know. And I've always believed in being fair because that's the way it should be. I mean, I just couldn't live with myself if I did something different.
You definitely were fair, and I appreciate that, and I know that DUBB does. And the reason why, I mean, look, we're here today. We're still able to talk about it, many years later. Now, Coach, I wanted to also say something like this because what's interesting is how great of a baseball player were you ever able to be drafted by the pros, or was it something that you wanted to be pursued, or did it just not manifest, or what happened?
Well, it was it's a long story. I've been married 61 years now, and
Wow.
we met at the time, and we fooled around and got a family.
Yes, sir.
And I was off to work.
Right, and that sums up that.
You hear what Coach called it, fooling around. You hear what he old school. Fooling around.
Well, 61 years.
Don't call me tomorrow, B-Dub. Don't call me tomorrow, B-Dub.
That's the well, the reason why I was saying that, Coach, is because it was interesting because here you are the coach in the 89, 90 area, and you were the football coach, but Derek Jeter, one of the greatest baseball players in high school at the time, was also in school. Did you actually get to work with Derek in baseball, and did he even know that you were great like that?
Okay, listen, Derek Jeter, I saw him on Sunday afternoon sometime. His dad hitting him a ball, practicing stuff like that. Yeah. And they wouldn't let him play football because they didn't want him to get hurt for baseball.
That's real. Mm-hmm.
But I got a picture of him in my house with shaking my hand.
Yeah.
That guy is the real deal, and he's kind of like me. He's just a decent person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's stuff about him. But
shouts out to Derek Jeter.
Nothing, and I never got mad because they wouldn't let him play. But I understood. So, and it worked out and I listen. I've seen him go backwards to his right and throw a ball underhand and never get higher than 3 feet off the ground from third base. That guy he's the strongest arm I've ever seen.
You know what? I'm gonna have to say I was fortunate enough to be at the combine at Western Michigan University, and I was on the field with Derek, Marquise Grimson, but when we got out there, I had ran track for the Ducks, and so I was away from baseball, but I got lucky, got invited, and Derek was there from third base sending lasers. You could hear the ball.
Yeah.
Frozen rope.
You know what I'm talking about.
And then now in the running, I actually had to race Derek and Marquise Grimson, and we all got. When you go to a baseball combine, they give you ratings. So I got a 9.9.
Oh, wow.
Marquise beat me this way, but he cheated. He left early. Right there. So I got but I'm saying all this, but he put on one of the greatest shows I ever seen. And they didn't let me hit, Coach, which would have been my sweet spot. But I did get an opportunity to go to the Cleveland, but I wound up going back to school. But Derek, he showed out when the lights was on. And the thing what I was saying is, if he would have known your prowess in the baseball at that time, it's amazing that you didn't even, work with him on that baseball like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I didn't want to interfere with it because that guy, I knew he had a future. And I didn't want to.
Yeah, they was around him, like Coach Sig and all them. Remember Coach Signiski?
Yeah.
Yeah. They used to say he was. They used to try to say he was president. I didn't think he was though.
It was sweet when we were in second grade. We went to Coach. Derek and I went to a St. Augustine's. I tell the story all the time. He probably gets tired. I'm sure everybody else tells him about it, but he did one of the best. When you talk about a good person, Coach, I used to New York City, and I was in the music entertainment business my first year, and I never forget. I was working for a radio syndication company for June Brody and Michael Rappaport's mom. And I said, I had to leave work. I said, June, I got to leave today. I got to go to Macy's. My hometown friend, Derek Jeter, is signing autographs at Macy's. You don't know Derek Jeter. You don't. I said, I gotta go. I couldn't deal with that today. I left, right? Get the Macy's in New York. It's upstairs and there's a wooden escalator. The line is going from 34th Street,
Oh my goodness, yeah.
all the way around, up in the store, all the way around these little Cedar Point lines, all the way on the elevator. So anyway, I caught the elevator on the back end, caught it all the way up to the men's floor to the 9th, and then took the stairs down. Pow! Know that you know how to walk around Macy's. Anyway, I go in. I got a picture of this. Derek is sitting. He's with Fila, or I think, or Reebok, and he was sitting up there on this stage, and I was just leaning on this, the clothesline, and the security guy came over there. Hey, yo, you with a flashlight, you can't be standing there. If you want the autograph, you gotta go all the way outside. Stand up in here. He was doing all like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Man, I don't want no autograph, man. I'm just watching my homeboy I grew up with, man, taking this in, man. I'm just watching, fam. And he looked over there, and he walked on over there, and he walked to the stage, bro, and he tapped on Derek. Derek did like this. And put me on the stage with him, coach.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's like that, man. Because
yeah,
the guy is for real.
For real.
Man, one of the best baseball players ever from the zoo, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. And for him to do that, and recognize me, even at his rookie season, and then I called it. That first game, he got a double and he got a homer. And so when I went back to work, because I was trying to get interviews, I was trying to do the same thing we're doing now.
Oh, wow.
For how it wraps around. But I'm sharing that because it's just an honor to have you, and it's an honor to have DUBB all the time. But it's really, it's such an honor to have your perspective,
Man.
Yeah. I tell you, I appreciate it because I never told Brandon this, but I have left conversations after talking to him, left them crying because he touched me so much in the way he responded to the thing that I tried to do. And he was sometimes I would just be so happy I couldn't take it. And my wife would tell me, "What are you crying about?" And here I am, a big, strong man. I can't help it. But B-Dub has been special.
He was more to it than my coach, man. He was my father, man. He got me right, man. And he didn't give up on me when everybody else turned their back on me.
Yeah.
So I always think that, and I got to say the same for Eddie Cool, too, even though I haven't, talked to Ed in a minute. But that's still my best friend. I still love him. But he always just talk about Coach. We love Coach so much, Eddie Cool's going to change his name to Suhuba-Baruti. His last name to Baruti. That's how much we really love Coach. I told my mom I'm changing my name. She said, "You're going to have to pay for it yourself."
How about Coach, did you ever think you'd have such an impact that you'd have a player still dropping plays out the blue 30 years later?
No, never. Not my wildest dream. Not my wildest dream.
Man, come on. Man, that man used to call them plays, and it was some good players, too. That 67.
Oh, my goodness.
That's Jason Beeville.
That's right.
Straight up the 7-hole, boy. Woo-wee.
It's good. Eric Phillips. You guys had a really good defense. You had a really big guy on your line. Didn't you have an NFL player?
Yeah, he
Scott Rayburg.
Yeah. Scott Rayburg, yes.
He played tackle for me. He couldn't move back then, but
shouts up to Scott Rayburg. I see, now we talking, you produced an NFL player, Coach.
No, NBA too.
NBA and NFL.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, who your NBA guy used to train? And
Reggie Fox.
Reggie?
Yeah, Reggie Fox. Played next to Isaiah Thomas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Detroit Pistons, yeah.
And you said you were from the Muskegon Heights area?
Yes.
How was Muskegon Heights growing up? Because I had shouts up to Muskegon Heights and shout up to Tone Jack.
Okay, Muskegon Heights, I can't think of a town better than that because, everybody knew everybody and we respect each other for that reason. And that was before the underground put their drugs in the community. That's when it wasn't in there when I lived there. The drugs messed up Muskegon Heights. They just tore it up. And it was proven that they deliberately gave free drugs to a lot of people to get them hooked, and then they just destroyed the town.
Who did that? Let's get into why Muskegon Heights got like that and what happened, Coach. I'm sorry, did I bump something?
Coach,
Can
you
you still
there?
hear me?
Sorry.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. It's just that my fortune was way before the drugs destroyed Muskegon Heights. It's not even a city. They don't have any industry, any kind in there. Broken down the stores, family stores is all that's left.
You know, I would go when I went back to Michigan, I would go up to Muskegon Heights, and I was saddened because you know, I was like, well, the beach is right here. And now Harold Whaley, we just had on the show recently. He's the one that brought the basketball team, the ABA basketball team there.
Oh yeah.
Did you know
They
Harold
Harold,
Whaley?
the name's not striking me.
Can you hear me?
But
Okay.
but the basketball team at Muskegon.
Yeah, the basketball, the ABA team.
Oh, okay, now I'm not familiar with that.
Switch me a screen, Kiki.
Whatever.
Oh, I was just asking Kiki.
Can you hear us, Coach?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
But I can't see. I don't know what happened to my camera.
Oh, okay.
I think you put it up to your ear. Is it up to your ear?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
That's what
Okay,
I'm
now I can't hear
you.
you.
From the Zoo technology is up, baby.
Okay, when I put it up to my ear, I can hear, but I can't see. I
Right.
can't do both of them at the same time.
Probably should. Yeah, we can see you though. When you
We can see you, Coach.
yeah, pull it back so we can see you though, Coach.
There you go. I see you. You don't see us?
Oh yeah, I can see you, but you're not. I can't hear you. I don't know what the volume is.
Can
I
you
don't know
hear
what
now?
happened to the volume.
We hear you, Coach. Let's keep talking.
Yeah, we can hear you fine. That's perfect, just like that, Coach. Hey, we're at halftime.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, we're gonna go ahead and run it right here on the Come Through Network. I am your host, Mike Michigan, with our host DUBB, and we are fortunate here to have Coach Suhuba-Baruti.
Coach Antonio Suhuba-Baruti.
Antonio Suhuba-Baruti. I've been practicing that still.
Hey, so Coach, tell me the reason why you changed your name.
Okay, the real reason I changed my name is because I wanted to be recognized for all the things that I did as a black man, because all my influences were from black people. And so I never even talk about it. I just, that's my name. I was born and raised in Michigan.
Yes, sir.
But I am pure African in every respect. And I want black men to be so proud of being black that it just shows everywhere.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I try to do. I never like held my head down. Always had my head on. And I wanted to be an example for black boys to follow.
Thank you.
I always wanted to do that. And so I tried to set an example for them. And I tried to be good at everything that I was able to be good at, and used all my talent
was your name
for black people.
Did you choose a
That's what I did.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm proud of that.
Very proud to hear that.
Yeah.
Did you select your name, or was it given to you, or?
Okay, yes, I went, again, my name means friend and teacher. And that's what my life has been. Exactly. And so that's why I chose that. It's friend and teacher, Suhuba-Baruti. And I'm so proud of that. But for me, it's to make sure that all blacks in my presence get treated fairly. That's what I try to live.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Coach.
Thank you so much, Coach, for clearing that, because we have been saying the name not right the right way for years, and we need to say it the right way. And we thank you for saying that, and we appreciate that knowledge. And thank you. You know what I mean? Because man, we're still here. And Coach, you look, they can't see you, but you still fit, Coach. You still lifting weights. And did you write a book?
Oh yeah, I wrote a book about how.
Coach, move back so we can hear you, Coach.
Yeah, pull back, Coach, because we're just seeing your ear. We can see your face.
Okay, can you hear me now? How's this?
Yeah, everything is perfect.
Okay, I was I wrote a book on about how to have a happy marriage.
Yes.
And like I said, I'm been there 61 years, and we still like each other.
That's what I'm talking about. Tell us a little bit about some science, some keys to a happy marriage, Coach.
Oh wow! Well, I'm telling you, the key is to put yourself second, both of you. If you think more about the other one than you should, than yourself, the person will get top-notch treatment. And so you can't outdo my wife for treating me right, and I can't be outdone for treating her right.
Man,
And it just has to be that way.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can pull it back. Hear you. We can hear you.
We can still hear you, Coach. You loud. You up there now.
Okay,
but
it's just better when we can see your face. It's just better we can see your face. Yeah.
Yeah, you loud and clear, Coach. We see you, baby.
Hey, believe what, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at an 80-year-old king that is blessed. I'm from the zoo, right here on the Come Through Network show. You know, sponsored by
Look at it. Yeah, Coach. That boy got muscles.
Sponsored by Black Don't Crack. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, Coach,
that's right.
Hey, Coach, how much you bench now?
Oh, I don't go bench heavy anymore. They told me to tone down because if I keep it up, it'll be arthritis.
Well, pull back, Coach, so we can see you, Coach. There we go. You said like,
yeah.
So if you could, what would be your daily regimen, and what would be something that you could recommend for, let's say our guests that are out there that are 80 years old? What would you recommend for them to do on a daily basis?
Okay, well, right now I lift weights, but I use the bands. I don't use the weights anymore.
Okay.
I use the bands, and my wife and I we walk 2 miles at least 3 times a week.
Wonderful.
And so it's just it keeps the muscles moving and activity. So we're still in pretty good shape. But the real thing is don't wait till you're 83 to start doing it.
I know that's right.
Because we have been doing this. You know, I bench pressed 400 pounds when I was in my 50s.
Wow.
And so I've been doing this for a long time. So I didn't just start it.
You know what? Let me ask you a question, because like I'm in my 50s and I know this sounds crazy, but I feel stronger than I ever had before. You know what I mean? I still like to go out and play ball. I like to keep in shape. You know what I'm saying? I got like little aches and pains, and I won't go too hard because of injuries. But is that something when you get 50 and you're feeling that ridiculous strength? Where does that? Why do we have that right now? What is that?
Okay, listen. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's at 55. I bench pressed 405 pounds. But I didn't. Originally, I led up to that.
Yeah.
But like you were just saying, for some reason, 55, man, I could jump over a mountain just about, felt like it.
Yeah.
And so I stayed active, but I toned down, you know, because the medics said you can't do it forever.
Wow.
And so I toned it down to where it was still okay for me to do it. But you're right. And for some reason in the 50s, I felt that I could do anything. And, you know, I just about did.
Yeah. I feel like it's ridiculous strength. You know, I got teenagers and 20-year-olds and stuff like that. And they always like, you know, I'm trying to keep fit with them so they don't think that they got something on Dad. You feel what I mean?
Oh, that's right. Listen, you don't have to do anything, but just keep working on and walk like it.
Okay. Well, you know what?
So,
one of the things
and stay healthy. Stay healthy.
Coaching some children right now in Richmond, California.
Oh.
Track and basketball and baseball. I'm teaching frisbee, so you know it's like an after-school program. But I have so much fun, you know, being able to input my 2 cents in it. Coaches, one thing I wanted to ask, you know, when you made those, because you touched on something important, what would be some things that, you know, like some people say they have that "I told you so" type of mentality. What would you say to those individuals that did not honor or grace your decision making and may have given you a unfairly departure from the Central program? What would you want to say to that after these years have gone by?
Okay, the thing is, everywhere I was mistreated, I was treated doubly better by my students, my players. So I never tried to adhere to what someone else was saying about me. I mean, I didn't deal with that. But the only thing that really hurt me is if a kid felt that I was mistreating him. That I couldn't stand that. And so, but the other stuff, I just brush it off,
Yeah.
especially from a grown person.
Right, right. And you see, like, one of the things is that you stuck to it. And because Dub was a fabulous individual, man. He's gone on to do so many powerful things and meeting so many powerful people. And then, when he tells people he's a quarterback, they almost can't believe it because of our age. And at that time, quarterbacks, you can almost name on your hand the number
Black
of
ones.
played back then in the 80s.
Right.
Hey, Coach, so what I tell you, Coach, about how you should have put me in the shotgun, you'd have changed the form of everything back then, wouldn't you, Coach?
Oh, listen.
Pull it back so we can see you, Coach.
The what?
Pull the phone back so we can see you. You can tell us we can still hear you. Yes, sir.
So what you say, Coach? You upside down now. There you go. Turn it one more way.
The thing is what I like about my life is the treatment that I have received back from the students that I have helped.
Okay.
And I had I've had some students that were really started off bad and changed their life around because of my stance on being right. And that's what motivated me is kids responding to how I treated them.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. Yeah, turn your phone, Coach. Turn your phone.
Absolutely.
Turn just it. The other way. There you go. Right there. Right. Up, back the other way. A little bit more, Coach. The other way. Keep going. Right there. Right there, Coach. Right there.
Right there.
Turn around.
The champions, right
Okay.
here.
We see the side of your face, Coach. You got to turn the phone to the right.
Coach, we appreciate you here with us. This technology is different, but we know it. Yeah. You did here.
Yeah, turn the phone, because we don't see you straight, Coach. We just see the side of your face.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, we see you loud and clear, but it's like your head is this way.
Coach, well, tell us, where can we get your book? Are there links online for you that we can include?
When my face is like this, I can't hear you.
Oh, well then go ahead and maybe just go ahead and talk the way that you can hear us, Coach.
Okay, if I put the phone by my ear, I can hear.
Okay.
But I can't see you.
That's fine. We'll just Kiki, we'll just hook that up a little later. With the
okay.
Book, tell us about your book though. Like, where could we get that at?
Oh, your volume is down, Coach. Turn your volume up.
Turn your volume.
Okay, no, I turn it's up. I turn my volume up, but it's not that. In my phone, I guess somehow. But the book is called BBW, The Myth.
Yeah. I saw that online. BBW, The Myth.
Yeah, that's my book.
Very interesting title. How you got that title?
Okay, because people have the misconception about being big.
Yeah.
And in the book it tells you about like if you're gonna go buy a car, and you want to go buy a car with a revved up engine and stuff like that, that's okay, but you got to see the car when you approach it, that the car looks okay for you.
That's right.
Before you get to the engine, you're gonna look at the outside.
Yes.
And so it's like if you meet somebody, before you get to know them, you still got to see them.
I see them. That's real.
And then talk like that, make your presentation when you first meet them. But it's a good book, I think. I got a book. I got a picture of me and my wife dancing. And so it's
Coach,
nice.
Hey, Coach, so when the next time you're taking a vacation somewhere?
Oh, I don't know.
You need to get to the islands and kick your feet up a little bit, right?
Oh, me and my wife, we do that anyway. We fool around.
I know that's right. Hey, Coach, so tell me this: how the kids doing? How's Sonny doing?
Okay, all 4 of my children have earned their master's degree. All 4 of them. And Hassani is getting ready to move to the Philippines.
Okay.
Ooh, Philippines.
Yeah,
He
he's
didn't
been
call
over
you
there.
one, Coach.
He's been over there twice, and he fell in love, and he moved to the Philippines.
I told you what it was, my man. He didn't call you one.
That's funny you say that because we have a song called Thailand to Japan. My partner and I, we were just talking about going to the Philippines.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna keep
He's
I have to contact you. Look, Coach. Look at the phone real quick, Coach.
that's it. That's it.
Hey, Coach, where you get that picture from, Coach?
I got that. I just pulled that.
My daughter chose that cover.
Okay, you can get it. It's BBW The Myth. It's available at Walmart online for $22.24, the paperback version. You can add that to your shopping right now. We have the author and coach right here.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You know, Suhuba-Baruti.
Right.
One of my coaches, man. And it's been a pleasure. See, you didn't know we do our research out here, Coach. We don't just have you out here for no reason. We know what we're doing over here.
Okay, well, I still appreciate that because I like to be looked at as a real person,
Well,
down to earth.
One of the realest,
We got five minutes left in the third quarter. We got another quarter left. Come on, baby. That one we got 15 more minutes, Coach. So this is what I was thinking, Coach. How would this sound, Coach? Would you be willing to come on again and be introduced to some of your players that you probably haven't seen in decades?
Let's see if we can.
Rick Catlar and Omar Tab and a few people on here for you, man, to say hello to you. They talk about you.
Oh, man. That would move me beyond tears, man. Too much.
What's Omar's number? We should call him up right now and see if we can get him in.
Let's see.
Call him and send him the link. If you get DUBB, let's do that right now. Give me a couple people. Coach, let's see if we can get some special people on the line. In the meantime, is there something that can flip your phone over? It kind of got flipped funny for some kind of reason.
Okay, I don't know what happened.
There it go, Coach. What?
It worked your way out. DUBB, now you over there like that. Here we go.
I'm good.
Call OT up, man. Let's see if we can get somebody on the line real quick.
All right, let me make a phone call real quick. Hold on.
So tell me, what made you write that book, and how well is it doing? I'm looking at it right now. I have to add this to my Christmas.
Okay, I thought it was a masterpiece. But it didn't sound like that. I guess I had the wrong title. Somebody told me later I had the wrong title. But I was just thinking that
myth, but you know what I'm saying. What did you think BBW? What was BBW for you?
Say that again.
What was the title? What did BBW mean for you in that time?
Big black women.
Black women, the myth. Okay, so you was on point with it, yeah.
Okay. But the idea is like I tell people.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything I say, but if you talk to me, you owe me the respect to listen to what I say. And so listen to me and choose what you want to choose and throw the rest of it away. So the book is like that. Read the book, and some of it probably help you, some of it won't. But don't not read it and miss the whole thing.
Right. I think that's absolutely fabulous. What was the process for you when you were writing your book?
Oh, just to clear up, to make relationships between people better. That was the real thing. Is I'm telling you, being married 61 years, you can't replace that, man. And I would like for people to get some of that. And so that's why I try to be real with everybody, because life is, everybody got a time limit. Enjoy it, man. There's so much to be enjoyed. And I don't mean expensive stuff either. I mean, how do you replace when you care about somebody and they respond to it? How can you replace that? Money can't buy that.
So, Coach, tell me this: why you moved from Louisiana? And tell me why you moved from Louisiana when you moved down there. First, you was in Lansing. They gave you another coaching job in Lansing, right?
Yeah,
man, listen.
So tell us what happened, Coach.
But you won't believe that. You won't believe this. I went to Lansing.
What school?
And Lansing East, East Lansing. They're called the Quakers.
Yeah, that's a good program. Money.
No, okay, listen.
Oh.
They put my name on the ballot to be coach because they had to have a black candidate.
Oh.
And when the votes came in, the other guy, and I were tied.
Wow.
But because I was a teacher full time, I got the job. So I was a head football coach at Lansing Quakers.
Quakers. Now you did this after Kalamazoo Central.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's after.
Wow.
This is after Kalamazoo.
Wow, what year that man? Kalamazoo Central lost you to the Quakers. Didn't they go on to win a bunch?
Okay, when I left the year after I left the Quakers, then I took a job. They lost everything. They didn't win nothing.
But when you
But
took
anyway,
what was your record? How you took that program in one, coach?
okay, let me say this. Let me say this, because you won't believe this, but they gave me the job because I had to by law. I won because of points. But the Good Old Boys Club called me in a meeting with the superintendent and said, "We don't think you're right for the job."
Wow.
And I said, "Well, okay, that's your opinion." And it was a Friday, then, and I said, "I'll give you opinion Monday on whether I'll stay or not." And so when I left, I walked with the superintendent, who was black. He said, "Man, I wish this could disappear. I wish this problem could disappear. So I asked him, "How much does it cost to coach a year?" And they gave me the amount that was on my contract. And I said, "Well, if you give me that, I'll walk away."
Yeah.
And so he wrote me a check for a year and a half salary, coaching salary.
Wow.
And went and bought a new car and left.
Baby.
Okay, listen. But at that, what happened in that group, the president of the Good Old Boys Club, his father was the owner of all medical facilities in Lansing, Michigan.
Mm.
And they said that they were going to build a new stadium, but they wouldn't build a stadium if I stayed on as head coach.
Isn't that a shame?
And so that's when I took the money. And listen, they had articles up and down the newspaper about who is this new coach coming in? Who's the new coach coming in? And I never said a word to anybody. I just took the money and we left. And what happened is my brother lived in Louisiana, so we went down and we moved down there. But it was unreal what they sat me in the middle of that room and said, "We don't think you were fit." I was okay.
After they went,
hey, coach, what about Arizona? So when you moved to Arizona, how come you didn't stay in Arizona? You came and saw me down there.
goodness, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay, listen. Here's the thing too. I had won teacher of the year in a couple of places that I've been. I had kids pass the first year at Michigan State and the University of Michigan. They passed out the first year of Spanish because they had my class and the way I taught it. I went to Arizona and I got a teaching job there. And in half the semester, my kids the only one speaking Spanish. So at the end of the semester, the guy wrote my evaluation and said, gave me unsatisfactory and said, "You can work on it." I said, "What?" I said, "If they saw this on my application, I can never get another Spanish job. I'm out of here." And so I left them high and dry. But I couldn't stand the unfairness like that. So I left. And again, my response, find some place that I can be myself and share what I have to live for. And that's what I did. Matter of fact, I did the same thing in a place called Zachary, Louisiana. You know, Zachary, Louisiana.
Yeah, that's where my ball players come from.
Yeah, okay,
Douglas
Zachary,
Tobin,
Zachary, Louisiana had the highest academic standard in Louisiana.
Right.
And the superintendent, I guess he had heard about it because the superintendent called me and asked me that I want the job. And I said, yeah. So they kept it open for about 3 weeks into the school year for me to come down there and take the job as the Spanish teacher in Zachary, Louisiana. And so I went and took it. And that's that's another story. Yeah, maybe next time I come on, I'll tell about it. But that was
yeah, Coach. Because I remember you came and saw me.
Yeah, they were very unfair.
Coach couldn't deal with that heat, OT. That it was too hot for him down there. That 118 hit him. Be like, oh, beat up. I gotta get up out of here. He left the house with the swimming pool and everything. I'm good. It's too hot over here, Dub. Yeah, man. I'll never forget that, Coach. Boy, Coach trying to get up out of there. I said, you didn't stay long, did you, Coach? No, I'll be done. We gotta go.
Yeah.
I remember when you was there though. We came to see me. We ate at the what's the name? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That's a good time, man. But boy, I guess you guys, you hear stuff, but there's no words can really give you guys the credit for what you're doing. It's the words that don't do it. And I just like for you guys to know that this is a chapter in my life that I know that my life has been good and great, and this just adds to it. It just adds to it. I appreciate you guys.
Man, I appreciate you so much, Coach, man. I had to get you on here. It was burning me up, man, not to get you on here because I know everything that you went through. Once you went to bat for me, and I couldn't ask for a better person to give his flowers. You need flowers, roses. You need the stuff to go on the horses when they win the horse, man. You need all that, man. You know what I'm saying? You and your wife. And hey, Mike, Mrs. White, and Moms can cook over there, bro. Killing it. Ooh. Killing it.
I couldn't last 6 years about that.
Hey, man, we go over there and eat shit, make food, boy.
Yeah.
Man. Best barbecue in the world. Yeah, Mom, tell her the best barbecue I ever tasted.
Oh, yeah, she's good. I have to give her that credit.
And she had the comeback sauce. The comeback sauce like Butterball. The comeback sauce. You got to come back. Come on. Those are good days, man. Those are good days, man. You took very good care of me.
I treasure all of that stuff, man. And listen, I got pictures all over my house. And so if I have a down moment, all I do is walk to my house. But I got so many fond memories in my past. And every place that I've gone, I got good memories. And this should put the icing on the cake, what you guys doing tonight.
Man, I appreciate it, Coach, man. We just been thinking, and thanks to you, Mike MICH, because Mike MICH, we wanted to give his flowers out to the teachers that meant something to him. I said, man, I got to do my coach mean everything to me, man. So I'm just glad that you're able to be a stand-up guy. You're still healthy. You're still looking amazing, and give me the inspiration to get myself to a better situation that I'm in as well. So.
That's awesome, because you go to somebody's funeral at the church, and the preacher said, the last preacher I went to said, listen, there's gonna be no comments here. Anything you want to say, you should say it, because he sure can't hear nothing you're saying now. And he ended the session. And so, like what you guys are doing while people are still alive, man. Yeah. You didn't wait till we were dead and start putting stuff on our head.
Yeah, that's right, Coach.
That was awesome.
Well, Coach,
yeah, man.
I want to tell you thank you so much for being a special guest right here on I'm from the Zoo. I know DUBB is going to treasure this forever for him.
Oh yeah.
We want to also thank you for being such a strong pillar in our community in Kalamazoo for so many people. Not only what you're teaching and me being a coach, to just being you as a person. And I'm sure that many people are going to watch this, all of your players, and we're going to shout all of them out. And all of the different other coaches that want to, and anybody that wants to hear this or that's affiliated with you, and they're going to know that you are a champion, and we appreciate so much and the kind words that you have for us. And we absolutely can't wait to have you back whenever you would like to. And if one thing we do on the show, if there's anybody that you could recommend to be on the show, who would that be?
I would be the principal of two principals. One for Kalamazoo Central and the principal I had in Baldwin.
Okay.
The principal of Kalamazoo Central, he put on the screen
the world-class high school.
World-class high school. And he didn't put it up there like he was bragging. He put up there for where we're going to go, that we're going to be the world-class high school. And they tried to ridicule him for that. This ain't no world-class high school. But he was trying to say, that's right, but it can be. And he got resistance because they misinterpreted what he meant.
Yeah, what's his name? What's his name, Coach?
I just talked to him the other day, and my age won't let me think of his name. But I just talked to him the other day, and I told him that I understood what he meant when he put up the sign, World Class High School. You probably saw the sign up there, World Class High School.
I saw that because that was when Nikita was going there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
that was.
But he wasn't bragging that we got a high. He would put like a goal for the school to become great.
And it meant a lot. It meant a lot too because a lot of people went by that sign and when it said. Not only that, that's when they got the. That's when Central. I think it was years later when Samara graduated, but where the president came to Central.
Barack Obama came. Dr. Barack Obama.
Yeah, President Obama. Yeah, Coach had grandkids that graduated from Central that year too.
Exactly. Yeah, sure did.
They went to Kalamazoo and he talked to D. Oliver and stuff about ball. And I remember I was watching it online, the commencement. I still had a ticket or something, but that was really special to watch the helicopter flying in.
It was more than one helicopter. There's about 5 of them.
They had 3 of them going different ways, so you didn't know which was which.
Yeah, that's what I read. I seen Coach. Why I wouldn't give him a hug? Boy.
What about that?
It was so long.
Got you on the line. That big old giant. What happened to the big giant at the
man? Hey, Coach, why would they paint the giant out the gym?
Oh, I don't know what they did on that one.
That was the most. Why would you take all the victories in the bag? That's another. That's another subject for another day. But why would they paint the giant out take the giant out the gym? There's so much history behind that. You know what I mean?
But yes, I'm saying the minorities did so much to make the Giants, and the thing is, the credit does not want to be given to the minorities, so they took a giant. If you guys made it a giant, the way to erase that is to take it out.
Right.
It's a shame, though.
Let me ask you a deep question. Why is ego so pessimistic in the education system? Why is ego so that good old boy network and things like that? We're talking to it. We're talking about it. Why is that?
Why are they?
I'm saying, like, they would rather pay you the money and just get the formality so they don't get in trouble. And then they want to pay you the money not to coach the team because of all of the ramifications.
Right.
Same thing that you went through when you went to Kalamazoo Central, ironically. You know, what is that ego? What is that all about?
Okay, it is really is plain ignorance.
Yeah.
But what happened from the beginning of the colonization of the United States, they made everything of European the strongest. And they passed it down because the richest up there make sure that their kids got everything at the expense of the shoulder of the black people. And it's just a shame that somebody can hate you just because you're a different color. But that's what they did. Imagine that. You could be the greatest on earth. And I was looking at this story where this guy was dying, and he just said, if you got niggers in heaven, I don't want to go there. Imagine that. Yeah. And then I just can't understand that kind of hate. But man, that's prevalent.
It is. And
people pass it down. And they're going to find some way to make sure that you're not even equal or better than somebody else.
I'm going to take it further. I think it's a sickness. I think it's a gene. I think it's a sickness. I think it's something that's engraved in you. You have to be learned and taught it. But I think it's foolishness, you know. And then
foolishness is right.
Now here's the other thing. Then when you get to the point where we are now, we're intelligent enough to talk about it, to decipher it. We've had experience. We've been through things. Don't sit and tell me that I can't talk about it now. Don't sit and say, it hurts my ears and my soul. It makes me well, how do you think it makes me feel? How do you think it makes my grandparents feel? How do you think it makes my coach feel? You know, we want to get to the finish line together, but some of these things have to stop. And that's what I'm saying. Central had an opportunity, you know, and to create a dynasty, coach.
Oh,
You had opportunity to create a dynasty because you was playing ball against. Remember, did you coach against TJ and Littleton? No, they were worried a little bit.
No, they was. I think he left after Mike left. He had 1 year after that. Then he left.
yeah.
So like I'm saying, when you were there was a synergy there. We had Coach Jackson came from Flint with our basketball program,
Right.
and we was ridiculous over there at North.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Hey, how you feel about Coach Jackson? Coach Bruce?
Tell us some Coach Jackson story.
He is just down to earth. Coach Jackson was down to earth, and he don't care who you are. If he feels something, he's gonna tell you. And but you know, I've been over his house and we laugh and joke, and the guy is just a real person, and so that's what I like about him.
DUBB always we have kind of phased away. We had something on the show.
They say Joe Branch was better than John Thompson. Coach Jackson said, "Who said that? Tell him I said he's damn lying. Tell him I said it."
I said he's for real. He was for real.
He was serious, man.
You're funny.
Yeah.
They were shooting BBs at him. Coach Jackson had it hard. And the students shooting BBs at him in Niles. They're shooting BBs. Man, Coach Jackson was hard, man. Get away from me. He didn't want to shake no coach's hand. He didn't want to do none of that. But the way he brought us up, man, and looked up at him, he did care about the kids, man.
Oh, that's right.
He might have had his frequency where he didn't like them. You know, if he didn't like you, he was in trouble.
Yeah. But he was for the kids, though.
I'll say this:
we
had some wonderful, powerful coaches at Kalamazoo Central and Kalamazoo Lloyd Norwich at that time. And
right.
No coach, like you're special to us because you're in that group where, I mean, we went crazy. We had so many great athletes in all of the different sports, and it was just, you know, it was just that time. And I never asked you, what do you think about Coach Duckett?
You know, we used to go out to eat. Family would eat.
I was homies. You know what? That right there was the coolest thing because not only was we were rivals and stuff, but y'all was cool. And I think you two being cool, man, it helped that synergy because you see me and DUBB. Remember I bet you this tracked you up about Kalamazoo athletes. We would go to war with each other, but then go hang out with each other at the movies later on that night or Burger King. Right?
Absolutely. Because I'm telling you, the grown folks, us, we love you first before a game. And so, but we tried, boy, we battled out. Yeah. And I think that Z2 that Doug that beat up talked about was against Lloyd Norris at the last play of the game. And so
they beat us our senior year, coach. The Z2 was against Ben Harbor. We beat Ben Harbor.
Yeah,
we fumbled. Remember Jason fumbled against Norris.
But okay, but
they had the ball the whole third.
Yeah, and but we were battling hard against that Lloyd Norris.
Oh no! You had Eric Pettis then. Eric Pettis, yeah.
Eric Pettis was another one. He was, oh man. I've seen. We called play with Eric Pettis. He hit the hole so quick and it's deep in it. Oh man, he was good.
So what do you think about Jason Beeville? You think he's a first team all conference? And they barely gave him honorable mention, but he used to take off, didn't he, Coach? Coach used to let him play basketball. Let him play basketball with JB. Play basketball with him, B-Dub. Play basketball with him. That boy run about 60, 80 yards.
Hey, JB, listen, JB came out when we were in junior highs. Look, I feel okay. I got to break this in. I come out that chain of your running backs, okay? So I grew up with Eric and Dwight Phillips from the East.
Okay.
I grew up with them, and I knew Eric Phillips was ridiculous running that ball. And then Jason, when I got to junior high, I was behind Jason. So I would watch Jason and Curtis Burnett run that ball. And so I ran the rock, and I showed Eric Pettis how to run.
Jason Beeville was something special, man.
I learned from
Hey, Coach. Remember this? I'm gonna say this to you, then we're gonna finish it.
Yes, sir.
Coach, remember we was in the huddle and we called a play. I think it was 67, and we handed off to JB. You know, he's small when he comes through there. Then he pop out on you, and the dude barely tackled him, and he came back to the huddle. His eyes was this big, and I said, JB, what's up? He said, man, I was almost gone, and you know what you did, Coach? You called the same play back again. And he took the next play 96 yards from the scrimmage. Wow. It was a school record until Jerome Harrison broke it.
Yeah. You remember that?
Oh, B-Bell was hard, wasn't he, Coach?
Wait. Wesley Whitfield was raw.
Yeah, he was raw, but I'm talking about who I played with.
I'm just saying, I know
like, I played like.
I'm not knocking JJ.
What about Eric Phillips, Coach?
Okay, I got to start about Eric Phillips.
Eric Phillips.
We needed 2 yards. Check that. We needed 2 yards. And I told him, listen, I don't want no dance. I want you to go straight ahead and give me 2 yards. Man, that dude busted that dude's stomach open. He kept running. He might have still be running.
Hey, you know what, Coach? When I see that Derrick Henry commercial with the dudes pulling on him, I'll be thinking about Eric Phillips.
Yeah.
Oh man, Eric Phillips was a dog. Hey, remember that one time he hit the player so hard he knocked himself out?
Oh my!
And his mother was on the field, and Coach Wiley was like, "What is she crying for?" And then you got in his face and said, "That's her son. Keep your mouth shut." You told Coach Wiley on the sideline, "Keep your mouth shut."
Yeah. Talk about it, man.
Man, it was a good old day, man. We went through some hard times, man, because Coach had a 20-year-old running this defense, and he just, that's kind of like what we had on the D. We didn't have no problem scoring on nobody. Yeah. We just couldn't hold it. Then Coach wasn't having nobody playing both ways. Yeah. Like Eric Phillips, you didn't have no choice, or Rick Catlar go out there and get you 20 tackles, and then you got Phillips, and then everybody else. Hey, when Eddie Cool didn't come to practice, he used to throw the ball. And what you say, Coach? With Eddie Cool, we had Cat was the bag up. Oh, yeah. Remember Laughing Cat? Cat used to be the bag up. You said Eddie Cool didn't come to practice, so we had to throw the ball in the area.
Yeah. Now you also, you know what? A lot of your coaching rubbed off on people because even your other quarterback after DUBB, Mitchell Abrams, went down.
Not even before Mitch, he still had Mike. He had Mike. He had Mike too.
But what I was gonna say, Mike shouts up to Mike Houdini. What's up, fam?
Yeah, Mike McClendon. He had the laser beam. Yeah, his arm was way stronger than mine. He used to throw that boy downfield, didn't he, Coach?
Michael Moore through leg. But I was gonna say, for Mitchell, he went down to coach championships in Florida.
Yeah, he did.
So he's if you didn't know, Mitchell's won like
Mitchell Abrams done run a couple state high school championships.
Championships in Florida, the big one, the 5A.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, Mitch is a nice, excellent coach out there. Hey, Rudy Miles is a coach too for the semi-pro team in Kalamazoo in Grand Rapids. They're playing a national championship in Orlando in January.
Yeah, but I wanted to get Rudy on right now, but he's busy coaching with Kalamazoo Central and doing his thing right now, Coach. But Coach, we hope that this has been really good for you. We feel
Mike, you can't measure this, man. But it goes way farther, much further than me because you guys are spreading stuff that it's been unmentioned.
Yeah,
right.
And so you let people know, and I just can't say enough good things about the direction that you guys are going. I hope you just keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Man, I will, Coach, man. Thanks a lot for the love, man. And like I say, I can't wait to see you. I'm coming to see you. And during the holiday, I'm gonna pop up on you and come see you, man.
You're welcome anytime here, buddy.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying I'll be in Dallas sometimes, so I come through Grand Prairie. There's a couple guys from Kalamazoo that live in Grand Prairie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we right next door, Grand Prairie.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
well, Coach, we want to thank you so much for your time and your wonderful energy, and absolutely, you're more than welcome to come back again. You got DUBB. You did a great call having Coach here. Coach, you've been in the beginning of time when we wrote up this whole concept of the show. You've been in the blueprint.
Wow. Wow.
Oh man, we got my boy out here, man. You made my day, coach.
Yeah, okay, okay.
I love you, man. I really love you, coach.
And
Another son.
you
I'm
know,
your other son.
okay, it's reciprocal. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
hey, this I'm Mike. I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
I just can't say enough good things about this program today and what you guys are doing. It's unreal. I hope y'all keep it up.
We sure
All
will.
right, thanks a lot, coach. Tell the
Hey,
wife I love her too, coach. And we
I will
signing
do
on
that.
off, Kiki. I got a
can't-
natural high for the day. I got my coach on. I got my coach on here. Ain't nothing topping that today. I'm having a good time. And sorry, Rick Catlier and OT, y'all missed out, baby. Maybe we can catch you on the next one, Eddie Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But until then, we'll be back again.
Kyle Williams, Eric
Shouts out to them from the zoo. We out of here. Coach
Hey.
Antonio Suhuba-Baruti, you man. You the man, baby.
We
I'm
will
from the zoo, baby.
thank you. And I don't want to go, but we got to get up.
I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress right now. No. Remix. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress right